world. You are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Okay, I started my live too quickly. Anyway, I got a lot to talk about. Oh my goodness. Yes, I'm outside again. Outside again, out and about. Nicki Minaj. She's quitting the music business. Quite interesting. And I agree with her. And the P. Diddy thing. I spoke a little bit about Marilyn Manson and P. Diddy and how P. Diddy tried to Marilyn Manson. It's really something. But also all these car accidents, dealing with actors. And I thought it was quite interesting the Baldwin brothers got into the car accidents. And I'm sort of looking at what's his name? The youngest Baldwin, his daughter, Haley Baldwin, and how they sort of pushed him, Justin Bieber, into marrying his daughter while he was on and off with Selena Gomez. There was a lot behind that. There was a lot of manipulation going on in it for that poor. Oh man, that poor boy was run through the ringer. And okay, what I want to know was, did the Baldwin brothers, by any chance, hang out with P Diddy and go to his parties? That's what I want to know. And if so, then that explains a lot. That explains a lot. Okay, I was expecting all this wind. Forgive me, forgive me. So, okay, let me do this. I'm trying to keep the wind. So Nicki Minaj quits the music business, but she had a slap down, fierce fight with Cardi B. I'm just like, wait a minute. So apparently Nicki Minaj had this in the works for a little while, and she has been calling people out, sometimes directly and sometimes dropping nuggets. Now I got one question that I really, really, really want to know, and if it's true, then it would explain a whole lot of things. For at least for me, it would. I just simply want to know, and I know this is taboo for me to even mention it, but I'm demonetized, so me doing the taboo stuff, I stay in trouble. Anyway, I want to know if Nicki Minaj is an Eastern Star. That's it. And if she is, I get it. I get it. Okay, I'm not going to go down that road because, I did. And just being in DC, uh, you could go down 16th Street and see all those Masonic temples, all those secret societies, the Scottish rites. They got a church too. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, but I'm not going to go down that road. Okay, but I will say this. A lot of actors and singers come to DC and they go down to 16th Street Northwest and they go down there to 16th and R between 16th and XST and 16th and M, and there's this huge, huge Masonic temple right there, not far from the White House. What country? I'm talking about the U.S. Anything evil is in the U.S. man, man. But But if you go down there, there's a lot. Jay Z went down there. I mean, Kanye, all of them. But now Kanye's trying to break his, stuff. But I just wanted to know if Nicki Minaj is an Eastern Star, and if she is, everything that's going on makes sense. Everything. Now, I have to say the rap game now is way different than what it was. Because and it all started with Little Kim and Nicki Minaj. She thought that she could jump out there and just talk smack to Little Kim. Ethiopia, Habibi, Ethiopia. No, Ethiopia. You're from Ethiopia, but you're not in Ethiopia. Okay. All right. So Nicki Minaj said, "I quit. I'm done. I'm giving up music business." She gave a pound of her flesh for the machine. It's a music business, and she, I believe, didn't quite understand the business part, especially dealing with somebody like Jay Z. He's not going to sit there and explain the content. Okay, he's not going to sit there and explain the music business to you. When you run in there and say, "I want to be a rapper," I want to be a rapper. That's exactly what you're going to be. But if you're not saying, "Hey, I want to learn, I want to get into the music business and understand the business part." Matter of fact, there was this rapper called The Boss. She, a rapper named The Boss. Now, The Boss, smart, smart. Before she got into the music business, she already had a business degree, business management. It's either business management or business administration. She had a master's degree. And the older rappers had degrees, so they got in and got out. Not Nikki. She'll tell you her story. She'll tell you she was out there and she did the same thing what Cardi B did, and that's how she was able to make it, and then somehow managed to maneuver into getting an agent, getting some TV publicity, and that's what you have to do nowadays is to go the how can I say the reality uh, portion of it, like the Kardashians. They set the blueprint. They set the blueprint for doing it, and she did it just like Cardi B, but Cardi B went full fledged into it. She just dove into it. Nicki Minaj sort of like dabbled here and dabbled here, put her foot in here, put her foot in there. Hey, how you doing, Marcus? How you doing? And that's how she got in. But when you get in, and when they say you got to sell your soul to the devil, and look, it's not even about talent. It's not about talent. I look at some of these female rappers. I'm like, oh my goodness, tone deaf. OMG, the flow is off. I mean, I'm just like, and it's true. If you look at the musicians back in the like when I grew up, or was in the 80s and 90s, okay, that was a standard. There was a standard. And when rapping was about rapping about your experience, and then but it's to uplift. Now it's like you're a B, you're an H, you're slinging rugs, all this dumb stuff, and then throwing all these young girls out there to be lusted after. It it turned into a medophiles playground. That's what it turned into. And unfortunately, you use people like Nicki Minaj and what's her name, Cardi B, as the poster children. You you can't make this up. You had Cardi B out there at a at some kind of mall, halfway dressed, pregnant, and twerking. You can't. I mean, they have taken hip hop and bastardized it into something unrecognizable to people like me, who was there at well, I can't say at the very beginning because it was underground in the 60s and the 70s. It was underground until it came out. But Nicki Minaj said, okay, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm through. Hasta la vista. C'est la vie. Arrivederci. Adios. Uh, what other languages you could throw in there to say bye? I'm done. So she said, I'm done. Now, she was kind of complaining about her contract. She was kind of complaining about the stuff that she would, that she had to do, and how Jay Z was kind of like not kind of, he was ripping her off. but he was doing it. She was complaining in a way to where she didn't say, "Hey, Jay Z, yeah, Jay Z, you scumbag, you're ripping me off." She didn't come out and say it like that, but that's what it all boiled down to. Damn these bugs. Indian summer. Hey, how you doing? So that's what that's all about. Her contract, and you can only imagine some of the things that she had to do. I mean, and this not only goes into the music business, entertainment business. It's even sports is entertainment. It goes into there too. I mean, I'm just looking at. Oh man, I know people are going to say, "How dare you? You know nothing." LeBron James, he's not even his own man. I look at some of the guys that play now. I'm like, goodness, you got to travel with the ball. You can't even dribble. I mean, you can't. I grew up on Dr. J. I grew up on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I mean, in my opinion, real basketball players. They were about the basketball and not the entertainment. They were about the sport and not. Okay, but it goes all through. I mean, even hockey. Alex Ovechkin. I like him. I really like Alex because he's out there hitting it and he give you an uppercut. His teeth are missing and he still get a lot of women. Oh my goodness, I like him. I like him. But it's still the entertainment business. If you hurt yourself or do whatever, you're done. They don't care about you. But now, what I thought was very deep, what I thought was very deep was the fight that she had with Cardi B. Now, Cardi B is backed by the firm, the business. She has the machine behind her. Cardi B. Now, Nicki Minaj had the machine behind her when she first came in, and then she was going against what's her name, Little Kim. Little Kim is a natural writer. She man, Little Kim. Oh man, it was like her version of uh who did Ice Cube do? Who is it? Vaseline? Something. Oh my goodness, he ripped into oh my goodness. Um Easy E. It was on that level of rah, right? But Little Kim decided to ease well, she had to ease out because Biggie passed. And Little Kim was his way to maneuver, start his own business, and he was going to do it with Little Kim. By that time, Nicki Minaj and Cardi B are the blueprint of Little Kim. All of that right there is Little Kim through Biggie's idea of what female rappers should be, and he was completely wrong. It was all about the schmecks, and schmeck sells, and you're gonna get guys that are gonna see a woman that's halfway naked, and they will go in their pocket and spend that money, and it's all about circulating the dollar bill. Now it has nothing to do with talent. I remember before it had everything to do with talent. If you didn't write, you were not considered anything. Actually, nobody listened to you. They're like, no, 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 no. I mean, just like now, even in music, if you are not singing, really singing, and you got to use like a special microphone, Jennifer Lopez microphone, and you need backup singers to sing happy birthday to you, that's what it is. But she's still in the game. She's never going to get out the game. She can't do anything else but do that. But it all depends how far you go in it. That's why I want to know if Nicki Minaj was in Eastern Stars. You don't go to them; they come to you. Okay. And you don't and they go through all facets of life, entertainment, business, whatever it is. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that about these car accidents going on. I find it quite interesting. I think some people's numbers are up. Like I said, when you sign on that dotted line, it has an expiration date. And if you don't have a lot of talent, you got about that much time. And you better do everything what you can. And when you go poor. You go poor. You do. Just look at you may not know who he is, but he has done a lot. Dick Gregory, he's a runner. He ran track, a political activist. He did movies. Let me see, what else did he do? He wrote books, and he did something else I can't quite remember. But he said, it's a game, and it's either you play it or get played. And he managed to play the system. He managed to stay above it. I don't know how he did it, but I met him once, actually on Mother's Day, about what 10, 15, about 10, 15 years ago in a DMV area. Met him, and he had it like that. He had a place in DC, he had a place all over the place. But when died, he died without money. He left his family in a economical hole, which was unfortunate. Excuse me, very unfortunate. Grab my agua. Whew. I'm knocking everything over. Oh my goodness, I'm knocking everything over. So, damn, these mosquitoes. So Nicki Minaj is out. So sayonara say la vie. Now I wonder how long, because she signed that contract, and who knows for how long that contract is for. Because Jay Z is not giving anything up, and she's still mad about the Super Bowl. She's still that was supposed to go to what's his name, Little Wayne, but she was upset about that. But Little Wayne hasn't put anything out in a long time. In a long time, he hasn't put anything out. And then you got somebody who's young and hot, and that's putting all this hot stuff out, and is in a fierce battle with Drake. I mean, Drake, Drake got slobber knocker. He got beat bad, and then he turned around and wanted to sue. Say, "Hey, Kendrick Lamar's over there using bots. I know because they did it with me. So they're over helping him. They should be helping me and not him." He told on himself. He told on himself. He told it. And now who's gonna work with him? He got beat so bad he went back to singing. It's like, damn, Drake. Look, if you're not, if you don't know how to take a joke or do the dozens or John, if you can't do it, just don't get in the ring. Don't do it. You can't be sensitive as Drake was. It was embarrassing. Oh my goodness, it was embarrassing. And then he tried to come back and say, "Well, I got a $400 million deal. I want a 600." You're not even worth bus fare, man. You're not worth bus fare. You go around and you're getting clowned. You got people saying that it's not like that. He was down in Australia and they were clowning him. I mean, it was bad. It was bad, but luckily Drake can sing. So go back to singing and doing a grassy high or whatever it was. You need to go back to that because he messed it all up. He messed it up, period. He messed it up so bad that he cannot go back in the rap game. He just can't. Who's going to trust him? And no one's going to work with him because you can't sit there and talk smack about Tupac and think it's going to be okay. No, no, never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen. Mm-mm. But what I find kind of surprising is this. What I find surprising: the battle between Nicki Minaj and Cardi B is that Cardi B, whatever she says, they have it written up. They take it, and if you use it, they try to take down your channel, because even by her speaking, they consider that copywritten music. She's cussing people out, but that's music. Look, Lucian Greens, you backed the wrong horse. You did, you did, you backed the wrong horse. She's crashing out bad. You got that girl in malls twerking while pregnant in malls. You can't make this up. Just the messaging that is being put out there. And Nikki's like, uh, why are you twerking in malls? So why are you doing that? That deranged, well, not deranged, but that that level of trashiness. Oh man, it's when they are they are inspiring Bofa, BOFA. Bufa, I don't know what the Bufa movement is. What is that? I don't know what that is. But Bofa, I don't know what that is. I don't know what Bofa is. How you doing? I don't know what Bofa is. Please tell me. But she's doing that. I mean, how do you go to a mall and then twerk? Oh, while being what, 5, 6 months pregnant? That is out. Oh, you're trolling. You're trolling. That's not a good troll. That's not a good troll. If you're trolling, stop it. Stop it. You're not good at it. Anyway, so she's doing that. I mean, the music business, has become so, oh my goodness, so, it's like apparent that you signed your soul over. It's so apparent. It's like that, that you signed that. Okay, we know you wrote on a contract with blood. You can just see it. I mean, it's just everybody's in there. And here's another thing that I find interesting, and then I'll talk a little bit about something else. Everyone who has a contract, right? These companies have a life insurance policy on these people. So when they croak, they majority of the time the people they pass broke. Nikki's like, okay, I'm not going out like that. I'm not. Let me take my hit now and rebrand. She's trying to pull a Rihanna. Rihanna, she been through it. She been through it, and she backed away because Jay Z. She backed away, and she was able to, you know, maintain her wealth and still work outside of the music business to carve her own way independently, which is smart. If you go independent, It may take you longer, but you'll have everything and everything will be yours. She learned that. Nikki, I believe, is doing the same thing. She's backing out and she's going to go the independent route and then do it her own way to keep Jay-Z off of her heels. And I'm like, that's smart. That makes sense. That's smart and it makes complete sense. It does. Oh man, it's wind. So, what I want to talk about, I found something rather interesting. There has been a lot of resurfacing of R. Kelly, right? And R. Kelly being a musical genius and how he was allowed to get away with a lot of things that he got away with, a lot of things that were overlooked. And what I'm talking about is the exploitation of women. And women are not only exploited in the music business, but they're also exploited as groupies. Now, especially if you're not and that right there ties right into Marilyn Manson. Um, whether if you, um, goodness, don't fall. I didn't think it would be this windy out here. Sorry on it. Sorry about that. Um, so it's either you go the independent route, and how you do that. Now, as I was saying, Nikki, I see her taking the way of what Rihanna did. And what Rihanna did with Deshore and with Johnny Depp, he was only on there for 15 seconds. 15 seconds. I don't, okay, 15 seconds. Or whichever one makes 15, you know. I couldn't believe that the internet had a waiting time. It crashed the internet. It did. And that was her brainchild. And she did that. She had a partnership with Dior because Dior never left Johnny Depp. He stayed there. And it just took Rihanna and her foresight because she went to him. Said, yo, John, come here. Come here, John. I got a proposal. And I'm doing this independently. This is my baby, my thing. And I'm doing this with Dior. And you are the face of Dior. And this is how I want to present you. He worked with the right woman. He worked with Rihanna. He worked with the right woman because Dior went from here to, I mean, just skyrocket. And they're still going. I mean, people are taking out payday loans. Okay, that's my sort of my 2 cents. And buying Dior, and they did it the proper way without exploitation. And I just loved what Johnny Depp did. Now you had some haters, a lot of haters. His ex-wife, but forget about her. But Rihanna did that. Now I hope, I hope that Nicki Minaj can do the same thing, go the independent route, and go around the music, go around the business with her own independent company, and do it without going in using people like Jay Z because he's only going to milk you dry. The, ooh, I want to call him a parasite. I do. Damn, I just did. But to do it that way. So I'm glad that Nikki is stepping out of the music business. She's stepping out of the rapping business and she's letting Cardi B have all of that. And I'm going to say it right now. Cardi, Cardi B is going to crash out in such a major, major way because Nikki, she writes her own stuff. She writes her own hooks. I may not, agree with it, but that's just me. But she's making money off of it, so whatever I say don't count. Okay? It don't count at all. But however, that's what she's doing. And that's not what Cardi B does. Cardi B doesn't write at all. She just performs it. That is it. That's all she does. So I'm just waiting for Lucian Grains, Lucian, UMG, Universal Music Group. When they find out what they got, it's going to be quite interesting how he is going to respond to that. Oh my goodness, it's going to be quite interesting because he doesn't have Drake anymore. Drake crashed out. He doesn't have P. Diddy anymore because he was grooming P. Diddy. I mean, grooming what's his name, Drake, to be the new P Diddy because P Diddy hasn't really produced anybody. He was just bringing people up just so that he can keep them in a small little canister because he had what's his name, Kanye, and Kanye left him and blew up. He had other people who blew up. I want to feel bad for you, um, P Diddy, but I don't. You jerk. But having said all that, I see Cardi B crashing out big time. They can't save her from herself. They can't. She's gonna because she has nobody to really bounce off and fight with. And she's been fighting with people whenever she fights with people, then she does better. Now I didn't listen to her music because I'm she the music that she puts out I'm just not really into. I'm not into it. I mean I like rapping that actually goes somewhere. I mean, that actually does more than just repeats. I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do this, I don't do that, but then you do the opposite. You cook, you clean, you do all that stuff. I mean, nah, uh-uh. But I'm gonna end with this: the music industry is going downhill fast. The entertainment business is going downhill fast. It is. It's going downhill so fast it has gasoline draws on. Okay, and somebody already started the fire. So with that, with that, everything is going to turn to AI. I mean, you see it. You see the average everyday person can use their phone, like I'm sitting right here, use AI and to turn it. They don't need them anymore. The music industry, they have their likeness, they have their voice. They they can't even claim their names. They they have everything. They have everything what they need. I mean, okay, let me go and show you what I'm talking about. Samuel L. Jackson loaned his voice to Grand Theft Auto. That took him to another level that people didn't even know his work as an actor. They know him as a voiceover, and when they start knowing who Samuel L. Jackson is, they're like, "Oh, he's an actor. He is. I hope you die." I mean, they say that. I hope you die. But that's where it's going. But on that note, please like, subscribe, and I thank you for stopping by. Bye bye.